going to make your clients or future clients run. Like, no one is going to look at a whole document of do not do.
Shawty got me in a room, knowing that I'm in the mood. I can show you things or two. Is your life?
Hey y'all, so today I wanted to make a video on how to become a nail tech, how to actually start from zero to literally growing your business, having a functional business, your city knowing you, people mentioning you, people on Instagram like seeing your posts, you having consistent clientele, you having good reviews, all of those things. I really want to talk about it. And this is like for people who have never really started a nail business, or you know what, even this is for like everybody who has like, even if you have a nail business and you're just looking for a little bit more tips or a little bit more guidance, or if you already have like a basic idea of your nail business but you just need a little bit more push, this is the video for you. So I have really split this video up in steps. I have 6 steps and I'm actually going to start off with one of them. So the first step is what you're doing right now, is watching YouTube videos. You have to know that watching a YouTube videos on this and watching consistently on prep videos, application, how to start the actual business, the money, the cost, all of those things, you need to watch those videos and you need to make sure that you're taking notes. That's the first step before you pick up an acrylic brush, before you do anything, before you literally start anything. You need to be watching videos such as this one, such as other videos. And then once you get from there and once you really have a basic idea of what's going on, you're going to go ahead and buy yourself a couple things. And this is during the first 2 months of you ever doing nails. And this is what I always highly recommend. I always recommend you to get a practice hand and to get 2 acrylics. Even though I only have one of my fingers like fell off, which is so, not fingers, my nails fell off. Let's just ignore that. Anyways, so basically you're going to go ahead and get you an acrylic powder, 2 acrylic powders, and you're going to get you a clear and you're going to get you a base. And then you're going to go ahead and get you either, you can get a 4-ounce or an 8-ounce monomer. I like Mia Secret, but some people certainly like Hawaiian Nail, or some people like Kara Sky, or some people like other things. I can't remember all the other brands off the top of my head, but I personally like Mia Secret. I just think that's just a good monomer, but it's really up to you. All I say is that make sure that the monomer that you're buying is not harmful. I can go on a whole separate video on which monomer is healthy and which monomer is not. That is a separate video, but I can definitely make that if you guys want. And then another thing that you guys really want to get is an acrylic brush. You can't really do acrylic nails without an acrylic brush, so make sure that you're getting you an acrylic brush. And then after that, you're going to go ahead and get you some dental bibs. You definitely need dental bibs, because dental bibs are when you lay down your acrylic and you learn how to lay down your acrylic and you learn how to do all this stuff, it's not going to go in your carpet, it's not going to go in your table, it's not going to go through anything. It stays on a dental bib. Nothing goes, no liquid goes through in a dental bib. So it's really good to buy some, and they're not that expensive either. And then I would highly recommend you to get an acrylic cup. Now, I know you might think like that's not important, but it really is, because you cannot put monomer into a plastic cup or plastic anything. It has to be in a glass container, such as I have it here. I'm actually in my nail room right now. One of these, like, you really need one of these, because that is the only way that monomer will stay and stick. I will list all of the products below in the description. If you're looking for everything I'm talking about at the end of the video, go ahead and click the description, because I will have everything listed. And then going right after the cups, you definitely need clear tips. I'll be linking those too, but clear tips are literally what's going to really do good. You don't want any of the old-fashioned kind, like the kind with the curves in it, unless that's really something, unless your client prefers to get a curve. But I really highly recommend long square acrylic tips, because those you can get any desired length, any shape. They're very easy to cut, they're very easy to work with, and there's like thousands of them on the market. So please make sure that you're getting long square acrylic tips. Then after you get the tips, make sure you get 80 by 80 files on Amazon. those are the best and the sharpest ones. Those are literally like the best ones to use. I have used all different other kind of files, but I personally love the 80 by 80 because I feel like they literally save so much time because it gets the shape in so quickly. And then after that, I would say get you a nice acrylic cutter with like a round cut inside of it, so you can put the nail right in it and cut it. And then I would recommend a drill. Any drill like above like $30 or $40 is fine as of right now. I recommend not getting a super cheap like $15 drill, because you're going to, it's not going to be like detrimental. It's just going to make the fake finger get super hot, and it's going to just make the process longer than it needs to be. So I purposely just will say go ahead, and if you just want to spend the coins on a drill that you can use for a long time, just go ahead and do that. I'll be listing that too. So then that's step one, is just basically watching the YouTube videos, getting the practice hand down, getting everything down. And then after you've got basically an idea of how to do a basic application and having a nail shape, you're going to go ahead and you're going to go get 2 people, or you're going to just use yourself. It doesn't really matter. I just say use 2 people, because so you can know how to use real hands. The practice hand is good for you, but you do need real experience using hands. If you don't have, like, let's say you don't have like siblings to do it with, or your parents won't let you, or your cousins or friends won't let you, just go ahead and use yourself. Like, you can always use yourself. Personally, I recommend, what I used to do is I used to go home after school and I would use one hand. I would practice on one nail, like every day. Like, I would practice doing one finger every single day, which is kind of weird to say, but like, I would take the nail off at the end of the day, like, and I would use this nail if I want to do like a long stiletto or a long coffin or whatever. I would use this nail, and then this day I would use like a square or whatever, and then I would just have practice and experience with doing each finger, if that makes sense. But that would help me. I don't know if a lot of people do that. But then what you want to get is, you want to make sure before anything, after you're getting people in there and you learn how to do your own nails, make sure that you get your prep down. Having your prep down is one of the most important things into having a nail business, besides clients, besides anything else, besides charms. It's having your prep down, because one thing you want is, you never want people to come back and say that their nails are damaged, that their nails popped off, that anything went really wrong with under the design. You really want to make sure that you have the prep down. That is so important. And having your prep down means you have a clear acrylic, you have a YN primer, and then a no lift primer, which are 2 primers that you use together, and that you use your drill on the acrylic, on the nails, on like the acrylic tips, that you use a drill on keeping it filed down. I can do a separate video on prep as well. Just let me know if you guys want that, because prep is very important. So make sure after you have your prep down, actually you know how to use your prep, you want to go ahead and you want to get a pack of gel polishes. Now, you don't want to buy individual packs of gel polishes, because it's very expensive to buy each color. Like, it's so expensive. Please do not do that. I purposely recommend getting the models or whatever it's called. I will link it down. I can't think of the name. But it's like a 27 pack, and you can use all different colors. And once you get the polishes down and you get the pack of the polishes, you want to go ahead and get yourself a UV light, which honestly are like $30 on Amazon, and will last you a couple years. So it is a long investment, and it's not that much. And then once you have the UV lights, you want to also get like the lining brushes. You can look on Amazon, like French tip brushes or design brushes, like that will really help you do the French tips. So make sure that you have those 3, and that will help you with French tips, that will help you with designs, that help you with color, all things like that. Personally, I say just learning how to do French tip. You do not need to wait into really starting your, technically like just actually starting your business once you learn how to do French tip. Getting better with French tip just comes over time, and it will get easier the more you do nails. So I really wouldn't even worry about being good at French tip, just having the products to do it. Then after you have that done, also what you want to understand is make sure that you're getting yourself about 3 to 4 acrylic powders before you're actually taking, you know, a whole bunch of clients. I would say a base, clear acrylic, white acrylic, and then maybe like 2 other colors, you know, that a lot of people use that you just would think of. Or if you want to keep to that, that's fine. But what you don't want to do is, please do not buy a whole bunch of colored acrylics, because that will be a waste of money. If you buy like 10 acrylic powders, you will literally be so disappointed because you wasted so much money. Honestly, you don't need a whole bunch of acrylic powders at all. You might need like a glitter acrylic or something like that, but like a full on a whole bunch of color acrylics will waste your money, because no one really uses those. People only use gel polish. So make sure you're not doing that. And then after you got all of this down, that once you got like a whole bunch, not like a whole bunch of inventory, but you got enough to do a good amount of people's nails, what you want to go ahead and do is you're going to make a separate social media page. You don't want to have your booking link in your, only on your personal page, and you don't have a page for it. Please don't do that. Make sure, or just have like a high, or like when people only have highlights of the nail page, don't do that. Make sure you have a separate page for it, and that you have a logo, a name, like a username. It could be nails by, or nailed it by, or your name, nailed it, or you can have like an actual nail, or actual like business name. My name was first Nails by Lydia, but then I changed it to Bliss Aesthetics because I wanted an actual name instead of having my name in it. But it's perfectly up to you. It's okay. Just make sure it has something to do with your business, with the username. I literally, my mind went blank. So then after that, what you want to do is in your bio, you want to also have a bio, and make sure that you have your new username. We just talked about the username, but you want to make your actual like Instagram name, whatever your city is. You're going to say whatever your city is, and then you're going to put nail tech. Like if you live in Arizona, you're going to say Arizona nail tech. Or what you could do is you could put like the city and then put like AZ nail tech, if you get what I'm saying. I'm in Ohio, so I put Mentor, Ohio nail tech. And then you want to put like accepting new clients, all caps, and then you can put like bookings are open, DM me to book, or whatever your booking preferences are. And just make sure that your bio is super easy to read and understandable, that when people go on your bio, they know where you're located, they know what they know if you're accepting new clients, and they know if you have any deals going on. Make sure that that is what your bio is. It does not have to be super long. Just make sure that it's simple, easy, and understandable. Then after you have your bio and your name done, you're going to go ahead and make a logo. Now, personally, I used to have a logo, but then I just changed it to a really viral post I have in the picture of like a nail set. But it's up to you. Just make sure that you either have 2 things: an actual logo you can make off of Canva, Etsy, or like an actual like a nail pose that you have in there. But make sure that you have a picture. You don't want just a non-picture on your business, because that's very unprofessional. After you have all the socials down, and that we're going into step 4. This is something that will be, this right now, I'm just going into things that will help you. We basically got all of the products down and all of the social media and all that type of stuff. So then what you also want to do going to step 4, after you have socials, I personally say you really want to make business cards. It's going to help you a lot, making business cards and putting them in Target, putting them in the nail supply store, or putting them in your beauty supply store, or putting them in the mall, whatever. Make sure that you're passing out business cards and going up to people and introducing yourself and telling them that, hey, I do nails, hey, I do this, da-da-da. Here is my business card, here's my social media. Then after that, once you start taking clients, start charging deposits. And you do not need to charge like $30 deposits, $20 deposits. You can either charge like $5 or $10, but make sure you're charging deposits. Deposits is going to make people come to you and take you more seriously. It's going to make people actually show up to their appointment, because getting people to book is one thing, but getting to people to actually show up to their appointments is a whole nother ball game, because people like to, not to lie, like people really like to bullshit you, and people like to just book and waste your time. You need to charge deposits immediately. After that, you need to understand is when you're first starting out and you're 6 months early in, do not cancel people because they're late. If somebody's an hour late, if somebody's 2 hours late, and you have, this is probably going to be the time you don't have any clients, unless you have a client right after this. Please do not, I'm telling you guys, do not cancel them, because you're going to lose clients. Let those clients be super late. Even though that is like, a lot of people don't say that, you want your clients to come. You really want to just get them in your chair. That's all you're worried about right now. You're not worried about the time management. You're not worried about the schedule. You're just worried about getting people in. So if somebody's late, you still need to take them, because that's still content and practice for you. Also, another thing I do want to emphasize, I can't emphasize this enough, do not start out doing $25 sets. Only do 40 and up. I would not say charging $100, $80. That is very unrealistic if you're just starting. But do not charge $25, because no one is going to really take that seriously. And also, that's very outdated, and that is just not a good stepping stool to get clients. I know a lot of people think if you charge super cheap, you're going to get more clients, but that's not what happens. What happens is you're actually going to attract cheap clients. It's just trying to get in everybody's chair and just trying to book with anybody who has a deal and who has cheap sets or cheap anything. So after you're done with that, and once you get all those things done, you want to start charging for nails. You want to start charging soak offs, pedicures, cuticle oil, all those things, because you don't want to just do one thing. You want people to come to you for multiple things. I personally started doing pedicures, and when I did pedicures, I did a spring break sale. This was like months ago. I did a spring break sale, which I said like your nails and your feet you can get done for one price, and I will never forget, that was like one of the peaks in my nail career. So many people came to me for that spring break sale to get their toes and nails done. I will really say adding pedicures will really get you a lot of money. I can do a whole separate video on pedicures as well. It's not that complicated, but I don't have enough time to talk about that. Personally, with soak offs, I can say that's optional. You don't really need to do that, because personally, I was doing soak offs, but I didn't enjoy them, and they weren't making me a lot of money, and they weren't really crucial for my business, you know. I might bring those back later on, but right now I do not offer soak offs, just off of, you know, soak offs are really cheap, and it's not like a business. It's like a product that you would, not a product, a service that you would really like acquire a lot of money for, or just even a good amount of money. And it takes a minute. Like, to do a soak off, it takes about like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, almost an hour sometimes, and you're only getting paid like $25, $30. So I really personally don't want to do those. But if you want to do soak offs, I highly recommend doing multiple things than just doing people's nails. You can make your own cuticle oil, but make sure you have your you bought cuticle oil. But you can also, you know, always have cuticle oil, and selling cuticle oil bags like aftercare kits, which will make you a lot of extra cash as well. And then which is a good step to make is, once you start making money off of nails, and don't spend it unless you have everything that you need. When you start doing nails, for the first 6 months in, make sure that all the money that you're making, every set you're making, you're putting that right back into your business. You're not using that for Chick-fil-A, you're not using that for Shein, you're not using that for nothing. You're using that to invest right back into your business. Now, when you're done getting the stuff you need, you can go ahead and spend that money how you wish and save how much you want, or spend it. It's totally up to you, but I highly recommend you to not spend every money you get off of each set. Each set you make, you definitely want to spend that back into getting more products, more inventory, more stuff. And then a lot of people have a big question, the biggest question is, what if I get no clients? You still want to post consistently. And also another thing is, I understand in a service-based business, when you have no clients, it's hard to be consistent because you have nothing to post. And that was what was like really getting me, is when I had no clients, I was like, okay, how am I going to be consistent if I have no clients to post, no nails to post? I personally say getting a fake hand and doing a full set on that fake hand, and just not showing the actual, like, this part, and you're only showing the fingers part, like, and you're doing TikToks, trends. Or, you know what, I know a lot of people do this, and I started doing this. When you start doing like TikTok trends, like talking into the camera, like viral TikTok sounds, and you make the caption about nails, that can get you a lot of clientele and a lot of attention on your page as well. So if you have no clients right now, I wouldn't even really be too worried about it. You could still post on YouTube. Not YouTube. Well, yeah, you can post on YouTube too. I mean, you can still post on TikTok. You can still post on Instagram. You can still post on Snapchat. And you could be like, y'all, here's my deal. Here's this. Here's that. Look at me applying acrylic on this hand. Da da da. Like, there's so many other trends. You can just look up basic nail trends, nail tech trends, and you can look up what fits you, even if you don't have clients. And another thing is, a lot of people don't really realize this, but if you don't have clients, this can be a very good opportunity for you to not only keep up your algorithm and your content, but it also can have you start press-ons, start a press-on business. Personally, I haven't started it, but I think that starting a press-on business is such a good idea because there's people that really want to get their nails done but don't and can't because they're working, and then they need, sometimes like over the weekend they would like to get their nails done, and a press-on business will be really good. So sometimes you don't really need clients to have a successful nail business. My video actually cut it out. I don't know what happened, but I decided to put these videos into 2 parts. Let me know if this was very helpful for y'all. If you are beginning nail tech, comment your social media if you have started a social media, and I will follow it off on my nail page, and I'll be making a part 2 of like a product review and explain a little bit more. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about this. Please subscribe because I will be posting another nail video next week. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.